Hi everybody, just welcome to you again. We're continuing, just drawing towards the end of our series and what it means to fight a good fight and make sure that we finish this race well. I want to just give a word of encouragement to people out there who kind of feel sometimes, I'm sure a lot like me, where we try so hard to win these battles, we try so hard to do better, we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves off after failure, knowing full well that God wants for us to do, and we just don't seem to be able to always get it quite right. Well, I don't know if you're going to identify with me, but I kind of look at that woman that came to Jesus, and she had failed miserably with every doctor to fix her physical ailment. And she tried this tactic and then that technique and all the different things. And at the end of the day, she just found that they all kind of failed. And she was really, really down, depressed, and felt totally hopeless. Sometimes our ailment may not be physical, but it can be spiritual. And the same thing, we try so hard and we fail. We pick ourselves up, dust ourselves, so we continue to try to go from there. But we just don't seem to get it right. And maybe you sometimes feel, man, I just wish I could have a break. And then one day you meet Jesus, you experience the reality of his presence and the wonder of his power, and everything changes. Remember the words that Jesus spoke to that woman who had suffered so much failure. He says, those of you who are weary and heavy laden with whatever it is, whatever it be failure or frustration or whatever, he says, come to me and I will give you rest. I don't know about you, but man, there's times out there where we need some kind of rest from all the stuff that we try so hard to do and so hard to achieve and don't always do so well. But Jesus says, come to me. And it's almost with a compassionate smile on his face. He says, come to me and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And I'm humble in spirit and my yoke is easy, but your burden is heavy. So don't you want to trade? Come and join me. Let me carry your burden for you. That burden of failure, you can put it down and take up the yoke of Christ, which he says is easy because he gives you the strength. And I hope that maybe today, just this short little message would encourage you to find strength in God. You're never going to win the spiritual battle on your own. Our dependence upon God, the older I get, the more I realize how dependent upon him I am. We're never strong enough in our own strength. We just continue to fail. So I hope that today, maybe you have maybe my little talks have actually compounded your guilt to say, hey, Trev, high ideal, but I'll never pull that off, never have, and probably never will. Well, I'm telling you today, dump all that stuff, go and find Christ, and allow him just to encourage and strengthen you. And then don't stay there. Pick up his yoke, because his yoke is good for you, and he will strengthen you to carry that burden with you throughout the days. He loves you, wants the best for you, and he's not laying any more guilt than you've already laid upon yourself. But just find him at this particular point to be your strength and your encouragement. Simply that today. Have a good day. Bye.